Hey everybody, so I decided to take a break from Gotcha Life videos for a bit. And so today, instead of a Gotcha Life video, you guys are going to get a ranking video. Yay! So I'm actually going to rank the Tinkerbell movies because I've kind of watched those at least twice. Okay, so this is my opinion. I'm sorry if I offend anybody. Okay, we're gonna start off at there's 8 movies, but I've only seen 6 of them because I have not seen Pixie Hollow Games or The Great Bake Off. Like, I can't find them anywhere. So, I kind of need help with that one, but I've heard rumors about Pixie Hollow Games, and I've seen, like, little clips of Bake Off, so I guess I will rank those. Okay, so starting off at number 8, I guess we have the Bake Off. It didn't make sense to me. Why were they competing against the baking fairies? They're the baking fairies for a reason. Like, Tinkerbell was like, we should make this cake because it's like visibly great, and then the baking fairy was like, well, this cake has been the queen's favorite for the last so and so years in a row. And I feel like they should have both lost because the baking fairies didn't look great, but it tasted great, and the main character's cake didn't taste great, but it looked great. So I think we're in improv here, okay? Just mix your 2 cakes together. But and I guess at number 7, you have Pixie Hollow Games. I heard about what happens in that movie show kind of clip thing. Like, the Garden Fairies don't really want to compete because they always lose. And it's Rosetta's turn to, be part of the team. And in the finals are the Storm Fairies, the Fast Flying Fairies, the Dusk Keepers, and the Garden Fairies. The Fast Flyers and the Dusk Keepers are immediately out because the mud was way too slippery. And then Rosetta and her partner took a mountain and won. That's all I heard from it. I'm sorry if I'm giving you any spoilers, but really this was just a spoil for me, so because I haven't actually seen the movie. But I guess at number 6 we have Lost Treasure. I'm not really a big fan of action movie. And then, like, it was mainly based around Tinkerbell herself. Like, I get that the title of the movie is literally called Tinkerbell, but the fact that we saw, like, little bits of the other fairies, and then not that much of Terrence either, who is also supposed to be one of the main characters of the movie, was kind of ridiculous. And then, if you notice that, Vidya didn't have any lines in the movie. She had 2 cameos when she was blowing down leaves and when she was like, ooh, sparkly dust stuff. And like, Vidya is one of the main 6, so not to give her lines is just awkward. Okay, number 5, we have the main Tinkerbell movie. Okay, so as a kid, I really hated this movie for the bullying, and it reminded me of my childhood. And then as I grew up, I grew even more not to like it mainly because Vidya is my favorite character, and so is Fawn. But then again, I also think that some situations in this movie could have been handled a lot better. Like, Vidya shouldn't have been like, oh, yeah, well, you can go take care of the sprinting thistles to try and become a garden talent fairy, even though I'm not a garden talent fairy myself, instead of being like, oh, I can totally try to teach you to be a fast flying fairy. And then, like, Tinkerbell, like, sometimes her anger gets a little out of control, and it was showcased in this movie. And then there was the continuity stuff. Like, in Secret of the Wings, it says that you cannot go into the winter woods, otherwise your wings will... But there's Clink, Tink, and Bubble all in the winter woods, and it's like... And then they said winter fairies can't come over to the warm side. There was literally a winter fairy at Tinkerbell's arrival day. And then no one, and then Norman Lori wasn't even there. It was that woman, the Minister of Winter, instead of Lord Mallory, and just, but yeah, um, number four. Oof, this is difficult. I'm gonna have to go with Secret of the Wings. Um, I obviously like this movie, and because the other fairies have more screen time, but it's not really until after Tink gets back from the Winter Woods. I mean, Fawn got that little moment with the Animal Crossing and taking her to the medical doctor, where the others got at least 5 minutes of screen time. But then they're not seen again until after Tink gets back from the Winter Woods meeting Periwinkle. Now, Periwinkle was a great addition to the story, and I love Lucy Hall. I love her. I love her. It's just, yeah. But I love, like, the ending scene where they're all in the Winter Woods with frosted wings. Their outfits are adorable. And I love the shorts, too, where, like, they're in the Winter Woods and they're learning how to skate and toboggan, and, like, it's adorable. Okay, number three. I have to go with Legend of Neverbeast. It was a great character development for Fawn. Her outfit looks amazing. One of my suggestions about the outfit, Fawn is more of a tomboy, and if you put her in a skirt, it's gonna limit her to some things. So yeah. But other than that, I didn't really have a problem with her outfit. It was more the movie that I had a problem with. Like, the Scout Fairies weren't introduced when the first hawk attacked, when Tinkerbell was trying to learn how to be an animal fairy in the first movie, and then it almost ate both her and Vidya. And then they were introduced in this movie. I don't know what was going on. And then like, it kind of portrayed Gruff as the bad guy. I mean, I get that, because, like, we were trying to, it was like, oh, he's seen as the bad guy in this movie, but then it's revealed that Nyx is more of the bad guy because she's preventing Gruff from saving Pixie Hollow. And then Fawn has a bunch of near-death scenes in this movie, because she almost dies twice when Gruff is rolling the rocks towards the I think it was the spring or summer rock tower, and he runs over her bed twice, almost hitting her. And then he knocks a rock over this hole she was in. If she had not gotten out, she would probably starved or died of dehydration. So that was another near death. And then the storm scene, whenever she literally is dead, and then, you know, is is brought back to life by Gruff. That was another near death scene. There was another one. Oh, she was almost grabbed by a hawk. I swear, I think there was another one. I just can't remember it at this moment. I'm trying to think through the movie, because I just watched it, and I was telling my brother that she has had more near deaths than any of the others, especially since both her, Vidya, and Tink have all almost been eaten by hawks, as well as Iridessa. Okay, I'm gonna stop thinking about that and head on to number two, Pirate Fairy. Okay, I love the, like, concept and how their outfits turned out after yeah. Oh my god, I need to go back to Neverbeast really quick. There was a deleted scene, and it was like a pet graduation, and Nico, I think it was like a little fox, poked Rosetta in the tushy, and she was like, "Hey, watch it." And then Vidya was like, "Ha! You should have seen your face." And then gets hit by a skunk, and then she's like, "Ha!" And Fawn says, "Careful, doesn't take much to set her off." And Vidya's like, "That's what I'm afraid of." She's like, "I was talking about you." But I think that would have been a way better scene. Like, I mean, I loved the song. I loved the song opening, yes. And I love Greta Lyle's voice, okay? Don't get me wrong. Greta Lyle's an amazing singer and an amazing actress at the same time. But like I feel like the graduation scene would have been a lot better and a lot funnier because in like a small clip of Pirate Fairy, Fawn is like making fun of Vidya because she got turned into a tinker, which she really hated in the first movie. And it was fun to watch their relationship build from that. And it would have been a lot more funnier. Like the Neverbeast movie would have been a lot more funnier if that scene was in it, because it was just been building on from the Pirate Fairy. But anyway, back to the Pirate Fairy. The concept was great. I loved their outfits, like how it got mixed in, the colors got mixed in with their original outfits. Do have a bit of a problem with Fawns because at first I did not notice the difference, because for some reason they're both orange. Like when Serena was like bending light in her house, she was like, you found orange pixie dust?" And she's like, "No, Tink, I made orange pixie dust." And I was like, "Iridescent is yellow." But I'm gonna get no, because they called it golden dust, not yellow. So yeah, but I did have a really big problem noticing the differences in Fawn's dress, because she went from animal orange to light yellow. So yeah, but and when at the end scene the pixie dust she threw at them so that they could become their normal talents again, Iridasa's and Fawn's looked the same to me. Like, I'm gonna guess that's probably not normal, but concept was great. I love seeing that they like swapped talents, because like I've been looking for that type of fan fiction for a while. Like, I was thinking of Tinkerbell the other day before I started watching the movies again. I was like, I already know that there's Pirate Fairy, but I wonder if there's any like other power swap fan fictions out there, and I've just been looking for those ever since. As well as been looking for like other fan fictions in between from other fandoms of mine. Anyway, and of course, top number one, Great Fairy Rescue. I love this movie, and I love like the character arc between Vidya and Tink. And this was the very first movie people were like, "Oh yeah, they're totally gonna be a gay couple." Like, I've seen more Vidya x Tink ships on fanfiction.net than I have Tink x Terrence, because Terrence is barely in the movies. Okay, he was in the first one as a was like, because Tink was like, "I'm totally not proud of my talent," and then she was like, "You should be proud of your talent, Terrence," and he's like, "I am." But the second movie, he was more into it. Third movie, he was like, "I know you'll find something to fix," and then flew off. Came back later in the movie and was like, "I told you you'd find something to fix." I think he was talking more towards the Griffiths relationship, and I also want to say that she kind of fixed her relationship with Vidya too after the first and second movies. But and then in the fourth movie, which was Secret of the Wings, I think he made like one appearance, which was when he was like flying over giving the dust to Tink. Literally at the very beginning, within like the first minute, he was like, "Here you go, so you can fly again." And then the next movie, he was there to give the assignment to Zarina that she was gonna be handling the blue dust today, or that day. And then in the final movie, that's really more noticeable, he wasn't even in it. He wasn't even in that movie. Holy crap! Anyway, but yeah, Great Fairy Rescue, great character arc for both Tink and Vidya. Although, every time the scene where Vidya gets splashed by gasoline comes on, someone will yell out, "Do not light a match around her," because it's gasoline. It's not water. It is not water, you guys. That is straight up gasoline. And, oh god, her being that tiny, like, she's bigger than any of the other fairies because of her talent, but she's still tiny. Also, I do have a very big problem with the talking, because you can only hear tinkering from the fairies when they talk, and yet when Tink was about to get captured by Mr. Griffiths, and Vidya's like, Tink, watch out! You need to watch out! He's gonna capture you, and some stuff like that. Lizzie and her father should have been able to hear her, like, tinkering, because it wasn't coming from Tink's mouth. Also, the fact that they don't open their mouths when they're talking, except for that one scene where it seemed like Tink was cussing out the father. And also, like, I feel like they should have different sounds for when they're talking, depending on their talent. Like, it makes sense for Tinkerbell and all the other Tinkers, but, like, Rosetta should have, like, I don't know, like, okay, I would have to come back to that one, but, like, oh, I got it. Silvermist should have, like, water, like, a water sound, and then Vidya having, like, a wind sound, and Fawn having an animal sound. Rosetta and Iridessa, I'm not really set on right now, but, yeah. Well, because they're hard, because they're a light fairy, and, yeah. Also, I have to say, I love Raven some more, and I loved Grey Delisle as Gliss in Secret of the Wings, and, I love, I always forget her voice actress, but, like, I love Vidya's voice actress. And then, like, I was watching an interview for Great Fairy Rescue, and her voice actress was like, oh, I was in the car with my daughters, and I saw my lookalike. And we were like, hi, Vidya, and the Vidya lookalike gave her sass. The lookalike Vidya gave Vidya sass, which is hilarious. But Great Fairy Rescue was a great movie for like character arcs. Although, okay, so there's this one scene where Fawn is climbing up the pole in the ship. I feel like it would have been more animal-like and more animal fairy-like if she had wrapped her braid around the pole, because it was big enough. Her hair was down to her feet. Her hair was long enough for her to just wrap it around the pole and climb up. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that now. There's so many opinions that I have that are gonna, like, yeah. But, also, I saw this theory that Spike and Vidya are sisters because they both have the same attitude. Spike is literally the Winterwoods version of Vidya. Okay, both have the same attitude. Both have jet black hair, and both are shipped with the leader of their group. Vidya with Tink and Spike with Periwinkle. I don't know how many Spike x Periwinkle fanfictions I've seen. There's too many. And, well, and people were like, oh, for a split second I thought I saw their wings glistening when they were right next to each other. And I'm like, if that was the case, it would have been glistening back in Pirate Fairy. Now, I kind of believe this theory, but I don't believe it all the way. Because there's some, like, plot holes into the theory, because people are like, I've seen their wings glistening, and then not in, Pirate Fairy, but, they do, but they do kind of look similar, but Spike has more of a bluish tint to her hair, and Vidya has more of a purplish tint, but I guess, you know, that's just how the creators drew it, since Spike is a winter fairy, and Vidya is a warm fairy, and so, you know. Oh, wait, another problem I had with with Legend of Neverbeast. Nyx, Fawn's, and Tink's wings were not frosted over. Their wings would have broke. I mean, like, are you telling me that, like, the Scout Fairy wings are strong enough to withstand all four seasons? But, like, it still didn't make sense for Fawn and Tink, because they are born warm fairies. There are winter animal fairies. Fawn was born on the warmer sides, and so was Tink, and I'm pretty sure so is Nyx. So, yeah. But there's my ranking of the Tinkerbell movies. I will see you guys later.